Good morning, campers. We are on day number 3 of this load from Phoenix to Portland. The third of 4 days. Tomorrow is the last day of this load. It's really only the second full travel day for this load, and then tomorrow is the delivery day. We had the pickup day, which was the pickup was super late at night. The first driving day was yesterday. Second driving day is today. No, there were 3 driving days. Day before yesterday was a driving day as well, because I got to Vegas. And then we had yesterday, which was Vegas to Winnemucca, and then today, which is Winnemucca to, I don't actually know the name of the city, but it's where US 97 and US 26 split apart is where we're going to be parking tonight, because it's like the last reliable place for parking before we get to Mount Hood, and I don't really want to spend the night on the mountain. I thought about it. I thought about it real hard, but we're getting it down to like only 100 miles from our first delivery, which is at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I think parking in this city, which is like Mildew, Oregon. I'm just insulting a random city that I don't remember the name of by calling it Mildew. I'm so sorry. But we're going to be parking there. There's a Sonic drive-in that has truck parking. That's where we're going. I like Sonic drive-ins. They have delicious buffalo wings. But yeah, so part of today's drive, we're actually hitting a road that I did not realize until recently was a viable truck route. Thankfully, both my GPS and my truck information were they both agreed that this route was a truck route, so I started looking it up to make sure it was. And it's not in my book as a published truck route, but I did some digging and found out that this is kind of a newish road that hasn't been properly imported into the truck routes, but it's basically, this is George Millican Road, and this will connect from US Highway 20, which is what we are on right now, and it will connect us up to the city of Prineville in US Highway 26. Where's my turn? Oh, quarter mile. Whoops. Yeah, I know. Ignore the text messages. Here's our turn. This was built explicitly as a truck route for a Les Schwab Tires distribution center that is up here. It gave better access to the trucks to keep the distribution center from moving to the larger city of Bend, which is near here. I just made a bunch of car drivers very upset by slowing down so much to make this turn, and I don't care, because they shouldn't have been following me that close. It's fine. They all managed to handle it without any major issues. But yeah, this is designed as a truck route, explicitly as a truck route, just to connect to that distribution center and get them easier access off of US Highway 20. Hello, car. How fast are you driving? You're doing 75. Alright, that's cool. I think we're going to stay at 60, because that was the speed limit on the road we just came off of. That seems like a safe bet for this road as well. Maybe 55 while we're up in the trees here. But yeah, this is, it's kind of cool. So I was doing the research I was doing. This used to be a dirt road. This used to be a dirt road that was useless to everybody, except the local farmers and whatnot. And they started doing improvements on it about 10 years ago. A little more than 10 years ago, I think. Like 2004, maybe? So about 15 years ago, I think. And I found a YouTube video from 2008 where they were completely repaving the entire thing as like that handout to the Les Schwab distribution center up in Prineville. Maybe Prineville? I don't know. There was something called the Pringle Flats not too far from here. So maybe the Pringle Flats and the city of Prineville are both named after someone named Pringle. Or maybe it is, in fact, Prineville. I don't know. There's an E in there, and that makes me wonder. Because if it was just Prineville, I'd assume they wouldn't have the E. So I'm going to keep calling it Prineville, and I assume there will be a correction in the comments below if I am, in fact, wrong, which I probably am. But, yeah. So, did the digging on this. This road looks pretty good on satellite. It's nice and wide. It's got gravel shoulders, which aren't ideal, but they will work. If you have a blowout on this road, it will get you clear of the highway at least. So you got to be careful where you choose to pull over, because that's a kind of steep drop right here, actually. I would not want to be pulling off the road here, even onto the gravel shoulder. But, you know, at the very least, in any part of the road, you can at least get a little bit out of the way, and that will help. Yeah, like here you could totally pull off and get inside the fog line and be okay. But let's just not have a blowout here, I think, is a better plan. Because that's not enough of a shoulder. It's more of a shoulder than a lot of roads that we've driven lately, particularly that one we were on last night near Austin, Nevada. But, you know, it's going to save us like 20 miles, and it entirely cuts out traveling through the city of Bend, Oregon. We already traveled through Burns. Burns was en route, because we came up Oregon Highway 78 from Winnemucca, from Burns Junction 95 from Winnemucca. But yeah, this will connect us to US Highway 26. US Highway 26 will connect us to US 97, and then we'll go back on 26 when it splits off and heads toward Portland. So that will be our route for today, and then we will use a state highway to get down into Clackamas in the morning into our delivery location. So that will be fun. That'll be fun. I've done that road before. If you actually dig back to November 2016, there was a little election, and I was doing a delivery in Clackamas, Oregon, and all of the places I knew to park around there involved driving through the city of Portland, and I did not want to do that after Donald Trump won the election, because Portland is a city known for political conflict, and I did not want to get caught in a riot or anything. So we just went straight over Mount Hood instead. And it was a beautiful drive, middle of the night, nobody was out there, and I got to just like drive and think, and it was nice. It was very nice. I don't know, now that I think about it, I don't remember if I actually did a video on that or not. I'm sure I mentioned it around the day of the 2016 election. Just like go back and check for it. It's somewhere back there, or if it's not, now you know the story of what happened there. But because of that, we now know that, I'm doing 55. I think we can do 60. Because of that, we now know that that's a viable route to escape Portland. It is a published truck route as well, unlike this road. This road does not exist in my atlas, I don't think. It's certainly not named in the map that I looked at, but it might be on there. But it's fine. It's good for 53s. It was designed for the Les Schwab guys, so they use 53s and they use double 28s. So all good, all good. Pink rocks. Breast cancer survivor at that house, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, so it's kind of a neat route. Are you walking into the road toward me? That is a lot of stuff you have on your back. Alright. Interesting. I'm not sure what he was doing, but he looked like he had a lot of walking to do. But he's not walking the way we are, so even if we were allowed to help him, there wouldn't be anything we could do. So, and you know, he looked pretty prepared for it. He's got a lot of stuff on his back, so I can't imagine anyone walks out here for fun, or I can't imagine anyone walks out here without like doing it on purpose, you know. And we bumped into like guys that were bicycling across the country before. So maybe he's just out doing a hike of some kind, like a cross-state hike. Maybe he's heading to Burning Man. He looked like that kind of type. Anyway, yeah. Oh, that's an Argosy! That's a Freightliner Argosy! Yay! That's a beautiful truck. I love those. I'm so happy that just showed up. So that truck's not available in America easily. That was a truck basically designed and built exclusively for the Australian and South American markets by Freightliner. They used to build American Argosies back when cabovers were actually a thing that Americans wanted, but after 53s really got standardized and there were no longer length limits on the tractors, people didn't really need cabovers very much anymore. Oregon is one of the few places where you see a lot of them because they still have a lot of length limits all around. But that particular model of truck is only available in America as a glider kit, meaning you have to provide it comes with, I think, the steer axle, the chassis, and of course the cabin, and then you have to provide the engine, the transmission, and the rear axles. Basically the entire powertrain is provided by the person purchasing the Argosy. They're cool trucks. They're very cool trucks. They were a little more popular in Canada than they were here, the glider kits. But I see a bunch of them in Oregon, because you can, if you set up one of those with a sleeper berth, it's one of the few configurations that allows you to legally pull triple trailers in Oregon with a sleeper cab, because Oregon has a 105-foot length limit on triples. So yeah, it's popular with FedEx contractors. That turns a little tight. Let's bring our speed down a tiny bit. Also, in Googling stuff about this route, I did find out there have been a couple of very, very bad accidents on this road since it was repaved. So we are going to be cautious, though it is not raining today, which seemed to be the leading factor in all of the accidents that I found reporting on. So we just get this nice, lovely drive through this nice little pine forest, which is great. I like it. I really do. But we're 21 miles away from the next turn, so you guys actually aren't going to see the city of Prineville with me today. But thank you guys for watching anyway, and for coming with me on this little journey on this this road to this mysterious truck route that's not super well known. It's kind of cool. It saves a little bit of time on the road from Winnemucca to Portland, Oregon. Certainly worth knowing about if you are going to be driving up this way. Certainly if you're in a pickup truck or a car, it's definitely okay for you. And it's intended for trucks, so yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Ellie O'Dare. You can find me on social media at Ellie O'Dare on Twitter, Xbox Live, Steam, Nintendo Switch, all those places. Twitter is the best place to get a hold of me, though. Come say hello there at Ellie O'Dare. Also appeared on Pod Therapy in an episode that's going to be coming out sometime around now, or maybe it's already out. I don't know. I don't know when this video is going live. So just go check on Pod Therapy and see if maybe I've popped up there or not. At some point, I will know the episode number and just be able to rattle that off off the top of my head. I'm going to be in the episode after Yakov Smirnov, which I realize is a really difficult act to follow, but I think I did okay. I did not realize that was how things were going to work out when I just happened to get the route through Vegas, and the Pod Therapy guys were like, yeah, sure, come in, and we'll talk. And it was like, all right. So definitely check that out. I had a great time recording that episode. Technically, I'm in 2 episodes, but I only really talk much in one. I'm just kind of there for the second one. And I'm in the room, and I speak up like once in the entire episode. But yeah, check it out. And thank you guys so much for